Hello, and welcome. Today, I am dissecting a modern tragedy that is so perfect, so ironic, that it feels like it was written for a movie script. It is a story about a class war. It is a story about the arrogance of fame. And most importantly, it is a story about instant karma. We are going to talk about a young woman named Cece, a wealthy, popular, and highly successful streamer who tried to crush a broke college student over a video game. She tried to gatekeep him from winning money he desperately needed for tuition. But here is the twist. By trying to destroy him, she accidentally made him rich. While she walked away with $0, her victim walked away with nearly $50,000. But before we get to the scandal and the brutal text messages that exposed her, we need to understand who she is and why this world she rules even exists. To understand the drama, you first have to understand the economy of attention. Let us start with the subject. Her name, or at least her online handle, is Cece. At just 22 years old, she is, on paper, the perfect success story. She is a university student, reportedly studying management engineering at the University of Waterloo, one of the most prestigious schools in Canada. She is young. She is educated. And, as you can see, she fits a very specific and very marketable aesthetic. But her real job, her empire, is built on a platform called Twitch. Now, for those of you who have actual jobs and live in the real world, you might be asking, what on earth is Twitch? Imagine a television station. But instead of a studio, it is a bedroom. And instead of a script, it is just a person. Twitch is a platform where people broadcast themselves, live, doing almost anything. Cooking, eating, or in Cece's case, playing video games at a professional level. It sounds simple. But it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Why? Because unlike television, Twitch is interactive. When you type a message in the chat, the streamer reads it. They say your name. They laugh at your jokes. And this is where Cece thrives. She is a top-tier player, currently ranked number 33 in the world for the new superhero game, Marvel Rivals. She is genuinely talented. But let us be honest and say the quiet part out loud. Skill is only half of the equation. The other half is psychology. There is a concept in psychology called a parasocial relationship. It describes a one-sided bond where a viewer feels emotionally attached to a celebrity. On Twitch, this bond is weaponized for profit. When you watch Cece, it feels intimate. She is sitting close to the camera. The lighting is soft. She is talking directly to you. For thousands of young men, sitting alone in their rooms, she isn't just a gamer. She is a companion. She is the girlfriend experience, without the girlfriend. She sells the illusion of accessibility. She is the cool, pretty Asian girl next door, who loves video games, and seems, just maybe, interested in what you have to say. This is why people do not just watch. They pay. They pay $5 a month for a subscription. They donate cash tips. They buy her gifts. They are paying for that tiny slice of intimacy. They are paying for the privilege of being noticed by her. And for a long time, business was good. Cece had it all. The looks. The skill. The money. And the adoration of 50,000 followers. She was the queen of her little digital kingdom. But as history tells us, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you spend your life being worshipped by fans who pay for your attention, you start to forget what it is like to be a normal person. You start to lose your empathy. And that arrogance is exactly what led to her downfall. Now, let us set the stage for the crime. The event was called the Deadpool Creator Cup. It was a promotional tournament for the game Marvel Rivals, featuring a massive prize pool of $40,000. The organizers invited top streamers to act as captains and build their own teams. Naturally, Cece was invited. She recruited a few of her friends, including another female streamer named Zaza. But she still needed a heavy hitter. She needed a pro. So, she recruited a young man known as Kingsman 265. Now, Kingsman was, in many ways, the mirror opposite of Cece. He was not famous. He did not have 50,000 followers. And he definitely did not have money. He was a college student, living paycheck to paycheck. He was open about his financial struggles. For Cece, this tournament was content. It was a fun weekend activity. But for Kingsman? The first place prize was $3,000 per player. That is $3,000 that could pay for a semester of college. That could pay rent for 3 months. That could put food on the table. For him, this wasn't a game. It was a lifeline. He joined the team with one singular obsession: to win. But Cece and her clique? They had a different priority. They called it vibes. And this clash between survival and vibes is what sparked the explosion. It happened during a practice match, a scrim, just days before the main event. Cece's team was getting crushed. Kingsman, analyzing the game like the pro he is, noticed a glaring problem. Cece's friend, Zaza, was playing a character she clearly did not know how to use. Her stats were abysmal. 0 kills. And 5 deaths. In a competitive game, that is a disaster. It is like playing soccer with a goalie who is taking a nap. So, Kingsman spoke up. He politely and strategically suggested that Zaza switch to a different character. A character that would help the team actually win. Now, in the real world, this is called constructive criticism. It is called teamwork. But in the fragile ego ecosystem of an influencer clique, this was seen as a crime. It ruined the vibe. Instead of taking the advice, Cece and her friends turned on him. We have the logs. And they are disgusting. When Kingsman tried to explain that they were losing, one of the girls snapped back, quote, "Shut the FUP." Kingsman, realizing his prize money was slipping away, pleaded with them. He typed, quote, "I am broke. I need this money. I am trying to pay for college." He made himself vulnerable. He admitted he was poor. He admitted he was desperate. And how did the millionaire streamer respond? Did she offer empathy? Did she understand the pressure he was under? No. She mocked him. She and her friends ridiculed him for caring too much. They called him a loser. They essentially told him, "Stop being so serious, you are ruining our fun." Imagine the arrogance. Imagine sitting in a comfortable gaming chair, with thousands of dollars in the bank, laughing at a student who is begging you to help him win tuition money. It is a level of detachment from reality that is honestly hard to stomach. But words were not enough. Cece decided she needed to punish him. She went to the tournament organizers, the people running the event. She spun a narrative. She claimed Kingsman was being toxic. She claimed he was making the girls feel uncomfortable. She weaponized her victimhood. And because she is the star, and he is the nobody, the organizers listened. Kingsman was kicked off the team. Just hours before the tournament began, he was removed. He was replaced. His chance at the $3,000 vanished. Cece had won. She had exerted her power. She had silenced the broke loser who dared to tell her friend how to play. She probably thought that was the end of it. She probably thought she would go on to play the tournament, have some laughs, and her fans would never know the truth. But she made a fatal miscalculation. She forgot that in the game of life, karma is the ultimate final boss. And oh boy, did karma deliver. The tournament began. The cameras were rolling. Thousands of people were watching. And without Kingsman, without the sweaty player who actually knew what he was doing, Cice's team crumbled. It wasn't just a loss. It was a humiliation. They tied for last place. They won absolutely nothing. $0. So, after all that drama, after kicking a student out to protect the vibes, Cece walked away empty-handed. But for Kingsman, the story was just beginning. Devastated and angry, he did the only thing he could do. He went to Twitter. He released the receipts. He posted the Discord screenshots. He showed the world exactly how the popular, nice girl, streamer treated people behind closed doors. And the internet ignited. You see, the gaming community can be toxic. But it has one golden rule. You do not punch down. People saw the screenshots. They saw a wealthy influencer mocking a poor student. And they saw red. The backlash was instant and nuclear. Streamers like Asmongold and XQC reacted to the story, amplifying it to millions of viewers. And then, something beautiful happened. People realized that Kingsman had lost his shot at the $3,000 prize. So, they decided to give it to him themselves. Viewers flooded his Twitch channel. Donation after donation. Sub after sub. $5. $10. $100. It became a movement. In just 4 days, Kingsman's follower count exploded. And his bank account? Estimates suggest he earned between $35,000 and $50,000 in less than a week. Let that sink in for a moment. By trying to stop him from winning $3,000, Cece accidentally handed him $50,000. She made him more famous and more wealthy than he ever would have been if she had just let him play. She played herself. But for Cece, the outcome was very different. The sponsors, the people who actually pay the bills, took notice. Infinity Mice, a major gaming brand, publicly dropped her. That is a massive financial blow. Twitch issued a temporary ban on her channel. And when she finally released an apology video, it was a disaster. She shifted blame. She made excuses. She didn't seem sorry for what she did, she seemed sorry that she got caught. Her reputation, the likability she sells, is in tatters. And that is the lesson of this story. We live in a world where digital fame can make people feel like gods. It can make them feel untouchable. It can make them look at a struggling student and see nothing but a nuisance. But the internet is a great equalizer. It can take a nobody and make him a hero. And it can take a queen and dismantle her throne in a single afternoon. Kingsman got his tuition. He got his justice. And Cece? Well, she got the attention she always wanted. Just, not the kind she can monetize. What do you think? Did she deserve to lose her sponsors? Or was the internet too harsh? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.